Hello there guys, welcome to one of my live videos, and I am going to be going through with you the four players that Ole Gunnar Solsjkaer is looking to sign in the summer transfer window, you know. Then I'm going to be talking with you a bit about Alexis Sanchez because a bit more additional information is updated about him. Like I mentioned on my recent video, it is still uploading by the way. Today, the dates have been announced for the FA Cup. Like I said, the quarterfinals of the FA Cup will be on the 27th and the 28th of June. The semi-finals will be on the 18th and the 19th of July, and the final will be on the 1st of August. And as you all know, the Premier League had a meeting not too long ago, and they have confirmed the start date. The Premier League is going to be resuming on the 17th of June, and it's going to be ending on the 25th of July. And I think games are going to be venued at neutral stadiums. But as you all know, not a lot of clubs have protested against this. Liverpool-Everton, it's been confirmed, is either going to be played at Old Trafford or it's going to be played at the Etihad and that. So there you go. And European games will be played in August, I think. So that's been all sorted out. And I think the La Liga is going to be resuming on the 8th of June. Obviously, the Bundesliga is already back. But the Premier League has been suspended for around 10 weeks now. It has been suspended since the 13th of March. It's been suspended since then. But like I said, we've got quite a few priorities, of when the season resumes. We've got the FA Cup, we've got the Europa League. Like I said, we're into the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, we're into the last eight of the Europa League, and that's a chance for us getting some silverware on the board under Solskjaer because we've not yet won anything in terms of silverware under Solskjaer. But if we could win both of them, or at least one of them, like I've mentioned before, it would be a memorable first full season for Solskjaer because this is Solskjaer's first full season at the football club, So it is good, that football is coming back, and obviously, games are going to be played behind closed doors. And we have got a fully fit squad for when the season does resume. We've got a fully fit squad for when the season does resume and that. So that's all been confirmed now. Like I said, there's decisions that Manchester United have also got to make as well before the season does resume and that. So now let's delve into, the four players that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is looking to sign in the summer transfer window. So, one player Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is looking to sign, and that is Timo Werner from RB Leipzig. Now, I've been talking with you a lot about Timo Werner on a regular basis. Now, I said there's a possibility chance he could sign Man United could sign him in the summer transfer window, but I think it's very, very unlikely because Timo Werner's already revealed that his preference is a move to Liverpool and that. And don't forget, Werner's already turned down a move to Bayern Munich, so he doesn't obviously want to remain in Germany. Also, Chelsea have been interested in the player. Now, recent reports have said in the last day or two that, Liverpool are no longer interested in Timo Werner and, they have withdrawn talks and all of that because Liverpool did say they only value Timo Werner at around £30 million. Obviously, Timo Werner's got a release clause, is it, of around 51 or 52 million in his RB Leipzig contract and that. But I don't think Liverpool are willing to trigger his release clause. But I think Liverpool are still hoping that, they can get a deal over the line for Timo Werner. Now, don't forget Timo Werner recently had a virtual meeting with Jurgen Klopp. I think he's actually had quite a few meetings with Jurgen Klopp as Timo Werner because Timo Werner did say back in February that Jurgen Klopp is one of the best managers in the world, and not too long ago, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, he gave the four main explanations why he wants to join Liverpool and that, Timo Werner. But I don't think he's got any interest of coming to Manchester United or Chelsea. No. Now, obviously, David Einstein, who is a very credible journalist, he was talking about Timo Werner quite a few weeks ago, and he did say he'll only leave RB Leipzig to join Liverpool. But he also suggested out that Liverpool may not make any signings in the summer transfer window. And I think, for Liverpool to get Werner, like I've said numerous times before, they have to sell one of their attacking trio in Salah, Firmino or Mane. So Timo Werner can get game time week in, week out at Liverpool. Now, like I said, Liverpool have got a good reputation of, recruiting players in from the Bundesliga. They have recruited quite a few players in from the Bundesliga in recent years. Don't forget they got Roberto Firmino from the Bundesliga. They got Joe Matip from the Bundesliga. They got Naby Keita and that from the Bundesliga. So there you go. Timo Werner, I'd definitely take him at Manchester United if the opportunity was there. The main explanations why I'd take him is because he's a prolific goal scorer. He's still young. He's only the age of, 24, I think. His versatility is also very, very good. And I do believe he would complement our attacking line really, really well. He hasn't played in the Premier League as yet, but I think he'd live up to expectations if he came to the Premier League. He's into his 4th season now of RB Leipzig. He's still got a contract with Leipzig until 2023. Don't forget he became the youngest player to reach 200 Bundesliga appearances. RB Leipzig did pay around £10 million for Timo Werner from Stuttgart back in 2016. He was also a revelation at Stuttgart, was Timo Werner. Now, I think it did mention that if RB Leipzig do not win the Bundesliga, Timo Werner's release clause does reduce. And obviously, it also mentioned that Liverpool may sign him next summer, instead of this summer, because Liverpool believed they'd be able to get him cheaper if, they did get him next summer instead of this summer and that. But, we are in for the player, and I think, Werner's held some talks with Man United. He's held talks with Barcelona in recent weeks. I think Chelsea have also been in negotiations with his agent. But, £52 million or 51 or whatever it is a cheap solution. Because in reality, Werner would probably be worth around 90 or 100 million pounds or something like that. So he's one of the 4 players that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer does want to sign. Now, another player that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is looking to recommend in, and that is Moussa Dembele from Lyon. Now, I've just mentioned Moussa Dembele to you on my recent video, which is still uploading. Now, we are willing to step our interest in Moussa Dembele because I think it has been confirmed that his transfer valuation has declined or something like that. So, he may be available on the cheap in the summer transfer window. Maybe you could get him in the 40-odd million pound range, Moussa Dembele. But whether Lyon are willing to accept a lower fee for Moussa Dembele or not, I do not know. Don't forget, a couple of weeks ago, there was reports emerging out saying that we'd agreed a fee in the region of 62 million for Moussa Dembele. This is what it had said. We'd agreed a fee in the region of 62 million. Moussa Dembele did reveal quite a few weeks ago, I think maybe a month or so ago, that he'd find it hard to turn down a move to Man United. And he actually, said he was interested in making a move to Manchester United, Moussa Dembele. Reports have said that Arsenal are interested in him. There's been talks of, swap deal between Moussa Dembele and Lacazette. It also mentions that Chelsea have been in for the player. Now, Moussa Dembele is another player I'd take at Manchester United. The main explanations is because Moussa Dembele is an out-and-out number 9, plus he's a prolific goal scorer, and plus he's proven in the Premier League because don't forget, Moussa Dembele began his senior career with Fulham. He was in Fulham's senior squad for a good 3 years and managed 19 goals in 64 competitive matches. So I'll definitely take Moussa Dembele. Obviously after he left Fulham, he went to Celtic, scored around 51 goals in 94 games for Celtic. And obviously now he's at Lyon. And Lyon's the 3rd club in his playing career, and this has been his 2nd season with Lyon as Moussa Dembele's. Lyon did pay around £20 million for him from Celtic in the summer of 2018. Moussa Dembele's got a contract with Lyon until 2023, so has still got quite a few years remaining on his contract. So he's another player that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is looking to sign. Now, obviously, another player that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is looking to sign, and that is Jadon Sancho. Now, as you all know, Jadon Sancho is our number 1 priority target. He's our number 1 priority target is Jadon Sancho. Now, I've been reading reports today, and it actually, does mention that Man United fans would want Dean Henderson to go to Dortmund as part of a swap deal of Jadon Sancho, going, coming to Manchester United. Obviously, we've got Dean Henderson out on loan at the moment with Sheffield United, and he has been a revelation for Sheffield United. I think this has been his second season on loan with Sheffield United. I think we've confirmed that we will allow Dean Henderson to remain on loan with Sheffield United until the end of the season. We've already confirmed our number one for next season. It's going to be David De Gea. David De Gea has been our number one for several years, but I don't think we're going to get rid of Dean Henderson permanently because we do see him as a long-term replacement for David De Gea in that. Don't forget, earlier on this week, these reports were stemming from Mundo Deportivo, and they'd said that Man United had offered Alexis Sanchez to Borussia Dortmund in a swap deal for Jadon Sancho. Like I said, Sanchez's wages could be the stumbling block of that swap deal materialising and that. Because Sanchez's wages at Man United are 400 grand a week, potentially rising up to 500 grand a week based on the image rights and the bonuses and that. Borussia Dortmund have remained ruthless over their valuation. They have said that they do want £100 million for Sancho. But we confirmed the other week we are not willing to smash our transfer record for Jadon Sancho. I think it did say we're hopeful that we can get him for around 60 or 70 million pounds or something like that. The Borussia Dortmund managing director came out a few weeks ago now when he did say that he expects players' transfer valuations to drop. And David Ornstein, he came out the other week and he did say that there's a very, very high chance that Jadon Sancho will join Man United. And I think Sancho's preferred option is a move to Manchester United if he does decide to leave Borussia Dortmund. Don't forget, reports came out not too long ago saying that Jadon Sancho's move to Manchester United depends on Manchester City having their 2-year European ban upheld. So it depends on that. I think City's 2-year European ban will be heard by the CAS next month. So we'll know the outcome by maybe the 8th, the 9th or the 10th of June or something like that, But we've been in for Jadon Sancho for a while, We first expressed our interest in Sancho in 2017. This was before he went to Borussia Dortmund and that. By the way, Jadon Sancho's recently been injured because he has been out with a calf problem. Since the Bundesliga returned, he hasn't started a game, Jadon Sancho. Obviously, he's made substitute appearances, so that's got a lot of Manchester United fans talking. Now, there hasn't only been us that have been in for Sancho. Don't forget, Chelsea have been in for him. Liverpool have been in for him. Real Madrid, Barcelona. A lot of clubs have been in for Sancho. And like I mentioned the other week, if Sancho was to go back to London, he would go to Chelsea. He wouldn't go to Arsenal because Arsenal have got players taking wage cuts. He wouldn't go to Tottenham because Daniel Levy won't spend that kind of money on him. And he won't go back to Watford in that. So there you go. Jadon Sancho has still got a contract with Dortmund until 2022. Still a couple of years is it remaining on his contract. Dortmund only paid £8 million in from Man City back in 2017. So Dortmund, looking to make a huge profit on the player. But Borussia Dortmund is the third club in Jadon Sancho's playing career because before he was at Dortmund, he was at City. Enjoyed, a couple of years at City, but the main explanation why he left City because he didn't get any first team opportunities. Like I mentioned before, he was at City, he was at Watford. And he was at Watford for several years. And this has been Sancho's third season with Borussia Dortmund. Don't forget, we've confirmed that we're willing to offer Jadon Sancho the number 7. We've already said that, because we have got number 7 vacant at the moment. And to be fair, though, we have had a lot of good number 7s up and down the generations and that. But Sancho would fulfill that number 7 really, really well. Sancho's also got a very, very good friendship with Marcus Rashford. But don't forget, we've been working on Jadon Sancho's contracts for quite some time. And we've also, been in negotiations with his agent. Borussia Dortmund are known as a selling football club because they have sold quite a few of their players to the Premier League in recent years. Obviously, they let Pulisic go, they let Aubameyang go, they let Ilkay Gundogan go, Shinji Kagawa, Mkhitaryan. There's players that they let go who didn't go to the Premier League, Ousmane Dembele and Matt Hummels. But there again, Dortmund have recruited a few players in recent years. They got likes of Emre Can, Erling Haaland in January for £17 million, was it? They also got Julian Braun in. Thorgan Hazard did Borussia Dortmund, so there you go. So the transfer saga does continue to persist, regarding Jadon Sancho. But I think Borussia Dortmund have come to accept the fact that he does want to leave. But there's still a possibility, chance that Sancho could be at Dortmund next season. But yeah, I think he'd go very, very well in our attacking line alongside the likes of Rashford, Greenwood and Anthony Martial and all of that. He really, really would. So yeah, here's another player we're looking to sign. Another player that Ole Gunnar Solsjkaer is looking to sign, and that is Jack Grealish from Aston Villa. Now, I have been talking with you a lot about Jack Grealish on a regular basis. Again, Jack Grealish is one of our priority targets. Now, don't forget, recent reports have actually said that we could offer up to 5 players to sign Jack Grealish in the summer transfer window, because maybe, we've got strong reservations about paying the £80 million that Aston Villa want for him. Now, Villa have said they want £80 million for Grealish, regardless of whether they get relegated or not. They do want £80 million, but I don't really think, Jack Grealish is worth £80 million. Now, don't forget, it revealed that we tried to sign Jack Grealish when he was 16, because Alex McLeish did say that we tried to sign Jack Grealish back in 2012. Don't forget, Jack Grealish had the incident with his £80,000 Range Rover back in March, which was earlier on this year. And obviously, reflecting on that incident, there was doubts about Jack Grealish coming to Man United in the summer transfer window. And reflecting on the incident, I think Jack Grealish had been fined around £150,000, but he did make a public apology. He did Jack Grealish. But I do expect Jack Grealish to leave Aston Villa because, Jack Grealish probably believes now that he's far too good for Aston Villa. Of course, Villa are failing to match his ability and all of that. And we've already revealed that Jack Grealish is our preference over James Maddison. And the couple of main explanations for that is because Jack Grealish's stats have been better than Maddison's. He's more versatile than Maddison. And another reason is that he's a cheaper solution than James Maddison. Jack Grealish has got a contract with Aston Villa until 2023, so there's still quite a few years remaining on his contract. He's remained loyal to Aston Villa for several years as Grealish. He's remained loyal to them for several years. Up until this point, he's spent the entirety of his career with Aston Villa. He's been a Villa player since the, age of 6. He's been in their senior squad since 2014, but since then, he has become an integral part of their team as Jack Grealish. He was key for them getting promotion to the Premier League. He was key for them progressing to the Carabao Cup final and that. So there you go. The other week, I think he purchased a guide dog for around £25,000 for protection and that. So yeah. Jack Grealish, has been another player on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's agenda. So I think, they're the 4 players that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is looking to sign and that. So there you go. Obviously, another one of our priority targets has been Jude Bellingham. Of course, Man United do want to sign Jude Bellingham, but reports have been stemming from the German press recently saying that Jude Bellingham has agreed to join Borussia Dortmund. So reportedly he has rejected a move to Manchester United. Don't forget, he did mention a couple of months ago that Borussia Dortmund were emerged as the favourites to sign Jude Bellingham and that. So yeah. Now let me just delve into some news on Alexis Sanchez. So reportedly, the Inter Milan sporting director has revealed his transfer plan for Alexis Sanchez. And he has said that Sanchez will remain at Inter Milan until the end of the season. And then, he will make a decision on what's happening with him because, Inter Milan have not yet made a decision on, extending Alexis Sanchez's loan. But as far as I'm aware, Inter Milan have got no intentions of getting Alexis Sanchez on a permanent transfer. He's endured a very difficult time at Inter Milan. He endured 18 difficult months at Man United, but I don't think we've got any intentions of, getting Sanchez back and that. Despite the fact that Sanchez is out on loan at Inter Milan, we're still paying the vast majority of his wages. I still believe we're paying like 300 grand a week, and Inter Milan are paying like the other 100 odd thousand. Don't forget, Sanchez has got a contract with us until 2022 and that. We did get Sanchez back in January 2018 as part of a swap deal of Mkhitaryan going to Arsenal and that, and we thought Sanchez would have been an exceptional signing, but he wasn't, and we thought he would have lived up to expectations. But Sanchez at Man United, just failed to rediscover the form that he produced in his 3.5, 4 years with Arsenal. He also, failed to replicate what he did at Barcelona when he was younger under Pep Guardiola and that. So the Inter Milan sporting director has confirmed that he will remain at Inter Milan until the end of the season, and that will Alexis Sanchez. And I think Sanchez now, by the way, is in his early 30s. Yes, he is in that. So there you go. By the way, on my recent video, I give you the news, didn't I, on Odion Ighalo. Don't forget, Odion Ighalo is willing to risk a 75 million contract with Shanghai Shenhua, so he can remain at Manchester United until the end of the season. As far as I'm aware, we've not yet made an offer to Shanghai Shenhua, but we still remain in negotiations with Shanghai Shenhua because, we have got to come to an agreement with Shanghai Shenhua by Sunday, because Odion Ighalo's loan spell at the football club does expire on Sunday. It did mention earlier on this week that we wanted to extend his loan for the further 3 months, but Shanghai Shenhua had turned this proposal down. And reports said earlier on this week it's likely that Odion Ighalo is going to leave the football club by next week and that. But Odion Ighalo's already revealed that, he wants to stay at Manchester United, and Solskjaer's made the admission, that he does want to get Odion Ighalo a permanent contract at the football club. Now, Shanghai Shenhua did say that they will allow Odion Ighalo to extend his loan deal at Man United until January, providing that he does sign a 2-year deal worth £400,000 a week. And this is what Shanghai Shenhua have offered him to convince him to turn down a permanent move to Manchester United. Shanghai Shenhua have said they do want around £20 million to let Odion Ighalo go on a permanent transfer. But there again, we may have reservations about paying £20 million to get him permanently. I think his agent was speaking earlier on this week with Odion Ighalo's, and he revealed that Odion Ighalo is close to agreeing a contract extension with Manchester United and that. So we've got to make a decision on his future, and more news will definitely update about Odion Ighalo. But like I said, we got him in on loan on January deadline day, and we paid around £4 million to get him on loan. But you do know the news on Odion Ighalo already in that. But if we don't get Odion Ighalo, and he goes back to Shanghai Shenhua, then Man United have definitely got to recommend a striker in. But like I've said to you before, there's been a hell of a lot of strikers on our agenda in that. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of uncertainty in the summer transfer window. Like I said, a lot of clubs are going to face an unprecedented summer transfer window. But I think, we can enjoy the perfect summer transfer window. So I do believe the top 6 sides do fear our transfer strategy for the summer transfer window and that. Don't forget, we'd recently taken a loan of 140 million from our 150 million revolving credit facility. So we've drawn the vast majority of our credit facility out. The main explanations for this is to help us through the coronavirus crisis, and also to fund moves in the summer transfer window. So we've done this, because, it may help us, get the players that we want to recommend in the summer transfer window and that. And, Solskjaer's revealed, like I mentioned, he wants around 3 or 4 signings in the summer transfer window, because he believes we need around 3 or 4 signings to become title contenders next season and that. And, Solskjaer's identified the areas in the squad where he does want to strengthen up and that. And don't forget, we know our financial figures now. They got revealed last Thursday when Ed Woodward had spoken to investors on a conference call. Our debt had risen up by almost 130 million. So our net debt now is 429.1 million. Don't forget the first 18 days of lockdown did cost the club around 23 million. But I think the coronavirus pandemic has actually cost us around 28 million pounds. But we did say we expect the final figure to be much higher than that. Ed Woodward did say in the statement that the coronavirus is one of the hardest moments in Manchester United's 142-year history. Don't forget though, Ed Woodward did say last month, did Ed Woodward, that we won't do business as usual in the summer transfer market. We won't do business as usual in the summer transfer market. So he ruled out big transfers to Man United, and he did say we won't be spending hundreds of millions of pounds and that. So yeah, Ed Woodward, has definitely been talking, but he still insists, he will back Solskjaer, because he probably believes that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the foreseeable future for the football club. Like I mentioned, we've been very, very critical of Ed Woodward. The main explanations why we've been critical of him is reflecting on how poor our recruitment policy's been. Also, too, we've criticised him, for us overpaying for players in recent years, because we have overpaid for players in recent years. And Woodward has been at the football club since 2012. He's been at the football club. So this is now this has been his 8th season at Manchester United. Like I said, the Glazers recently revealed their stance on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's future, and the Glazers are also willing to back Solskjaer as well. They're willing to back him. Don't forget, the Glazers have been at Man United for around 15 years now. They've been here since 2005. We've been very critical of them. Don't forget, I think we've paid approximately 1.5 billion in 15 years for the privilege of being owned by the Glazers. Don't forget, the Glazers have got no intentions of selling Manchester United. They've no intentions, even though it did reveal last year that the Glazers had held negotiations with the Saudi Arabians and all of that. And it did say they was only willing to sell to a Sergio Colosseum. That's all they was willing to do for around 20% of the share. And they wanted around 2 or 3 billion anyway to the Glazers to sell Manchester United and that. So there you go. You get something. So there you go. And like I said, we're going to be selling players in the summer transfer window anyway, so we're going to generate money in that way. We're going to get rid of around 6 or 7 players in the summer transfer window. I think we're going to definitely get rid of Phil Jones. We're going to get rid of Smalling and Marcus Rojo on permanent transfers. Delors, Solskjaer wants to keep him, but he did say that Barcelona and PSG recently interested in him. I think Paul Pogba, there's still a slight chance he will go, but I think he'll stay at Manchester United for next season. Still rumours about Paul Pogba leaving. I think Lingard will go. I also think Andres Pereira will go on that. So we're definitely, going to get rid of players. Angel Gomez, I think, there's a high chance he could leave the football club unless Angel Gomez does accept his final contract offer and that. So 5, 6, maybe 7 players will leave in the summer transfer window. But, to be fair to Solskjaer, he has got rid of a lot of the deadwood since he got recommended into the football club. We have seen a total of 19 players leave Man United since Solskjaer got recommended in and that. Like I said, we saw Young leave in January after he enjoyed 8.5 years at the club. He went into Milan. Like I said, Small and Rojo went out on loan last summer. Rojo went out on loan in January. It's Small that went out on loan last summer. Like I said, Darmian left last summer. Herrera left last summer. Fellaini left in January 2019. He was the first player to leave Man United under the Solskjaer era. Fellaini did enjoy 6 years at the club. Also, too, Lukaku left last summer. After he enjoyed 2 years at Man United, he went to win in Milan. Sanchez, of course, went out on loan. We've got Dean Henderson out on loan. Valencia left last summer after he enjoyed 10 years at Man United. So Solskjaer, has got rid of a lot of the deadwood, to be fair. Like I've said, Tino, I have seen improvements under Solskjaer. I've seen improvements, like I said, we've improved in the transfer market under Solskjaer. Solskjaer's got the players that I wanted to recommend in, and I think, we have been a bit more sensible with our recruitment. Also, too, there's players that have definitely improved from the Solskjaer, but don't forget, Solskjaer did reveal, the changes he has made at Manchester United since he replaced Jose Mourinho back in December 2018 and that. Like I said, Solskjaer does deserve at least another season at the club because it is a transition period and does deserve at least a couple of more transfer windows because take into account Solskjaer is still in the process of rebuilding this Manchester United team and that. Because analysing the vast majority of this team, it isn't Solskjaer's. The vast majority of these players are Jose Mourinho's. Mourinho recommended 11 players in. Louis van Gaal, he recommended around 14 players in, but the vast majority of the players that Van Gaal brought in are no longer here. I think there's only Martial and Shaw here from the Louis van Gaal era. Moyes only brought 2 players in. He brought Fellaini and Juan Mata in. Fellaini's gone, but Juan Mata, of course, is still at the football club. So he's inheriting all of them, don't forget. And the vast majority of the players that we had under Alex Ferguson have obviously, gone. There's only, I think, a couple of players here now from the Alex Ferguson era, But I don't know if Solskjaer has a foreseeable future for Man United, but, we need to give him at least another season. That, like I said, we've been playing catch-up for the last 6 or 7 years. We've had different managers with different philosophies. We spent close to the £1 billion range on players, And, we sacked 3 managers since the Ferguson era. We sacked David Moyes after he endured 8 and 9 months at the club. We sacked Louis van Gaal. He endured 2 years at the club, but we did win the FA Cup under him. And we sacked Jose Mourinho. He endured 2.5 years at the club and he won the Europa League and the League Cup in his first season, did Mourinho. So, there you go. We haven't really got the structure to keep sacking managers and that. Like I said, there's players over the years that Manchester United came close to signing. In reality, we really should have signed them. So that's obviously no disappointing in that. But there you go. But hopefully we can challenge for the league next season. Because we've failed. This is the 7th season now. We've failed to, make any kind of title challenge. So that's obviously, very, very disappointing. So anyway, guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always and take care. God bless, and I'll see you all again very, very soon.